Try it again. There we go. I'll record another intro for my podcast on my YouTube channel. So anyways, let's jump into the mix. It's prediction day. And yeah. So tonight's the Dodgers game. Yes. Let's go Dodgers. I can't wait. Take these freaking Giants out and win that series and move on and get to the World Series and win a World Series title again. I am so psyched. I was watching a little bit last night of the World Series baseball here. It was Astros again. I don't know how these guys keep making the playoffs. I really seriously do not know how this happens. I gotta switch up my glasses because I'm gonna get frustrated and pissed off and annoyed. And I'm pretty sure I got my fingerprints on this. I'll be alright. I can see. I don't understand how these guys get caught stealing signs, stealing everything. I still don't understand how they keep making the playoffs, but they certainly do. And minus George Springer, so whatever. I'm just happy the Blue Jays got George Springer. Let's go with that. All right. But yeah, the Astros beat up on the White Sox last night, and I'm thinking it's Boston's game tonight against I don't know who it is, but you know. Oh no, the Rays beat up on Boston last night. I think I don't remember. I was just too psyched for watching the Canucks game against Edmonton, which was really good. So my predictions for baseball tonight: Dodgers win. I don't care. Dodgers win. That's my prediction for that. To move on, I did cover my predictions for the football. Last night was the Thursday nighter. I knew the Seahawks were going to go in on a hard team, and yeah, they lost to the Rams. Again, you can't fault this. You can't fault predictions. You can't fault what is truth and what is going to happen, because it's just how it is. The team itself is, the Rams themselves are set up so good, so well to be placed in a championship matchup with almost anybody. It's just how it is. So again, it was a tough loss for Seahawks fans. I understand. For me too, as you know, I'm a Seahawks, Rams, Chargers, Chiefs, Eagles fan, and you know, I'm just and a Buccaneers fan. So, but the Buccaneers are doing great, so I can't really complain. But again, it was just, again, you got a good team versus an A team, or a B plus team right now. Seahawks are a B plus team until they, wake up and I really feel bad for Tyler Lockett. I think he got injured, so I think he's out right now. I don't know. I didn't really catch much because I was flipping between it and hockey. Hockey is a predecessor to me. It's a necessity. I love watching hockey. Hockey's my entire life. Oh, I do have a new setup for laptop and speakers and stuff. Yeah, it's on my chair over there. I just probably should point that out right now. Yes, and that's my Deadpool head. Deadpool. But yeah, I'm just, oh my god, a lot of sports to take in. You have NBA coming back, as I say. I'm really going to try to focus on a lot. As I say, my NFL predictions are up on my last podcast. Again, I'm just going to go simply right through it all one more time. I'm not even going to cover it again tomorrow because, it's Saturday, and Saturday is going to be a kind of a hard day to do a lot of podcasting and YouTubing, so I'll probably cut that one short tomorrow. Today, I'm just going to make one as fast as I can because I have some work to do today, so let's go over here. Yeah, whip up my other laptop, so it is what it is. So yeah, last night was a hard-fought battle between the Seahawks and the Rams. It is what it is. I didn't realize the Jets and the Falcons were in England this weekend or tomorrow, so I'm hoping Zach Wilson can become the first quarterback to win overseas. So, I want the Jets to win, but they say Falcons, and I don't care for that. As I alluded to, Patriots are going to take out the Texans. The Buccaneers are going to take out the Dolphins. Panthers are going to take out the Eagles. So basically, Titans are going to beat the Jaguars, and Vikings are going to beat the Lions. The Packers are going to beat the snot out of the Bengals, and the Saints are going to kick the shit out of the Washington football team. Yesterday they had favorites Pittsburgh over Denver. Now it's Denver being favored. See, I knew it. They're going to beat Pittsburgh. I know it. I wouldn't be shocked to see Chicago, as they say, the Bears are going to beat the Raiders. And the Chargers, of course, are going to beat the Browns. The Cowboys are going to beat the Giants. The Cardinals are going to be insanely good this year, so they're going to beat the shit out of the 49ers. Chiefs and Bills, as I say, I'm not even going to touch that one because I know the Bills are going to probably win it. I would love to see the Chiefs. They say Chiefs, but, And then the Monday Nighter, it's the Colts and the Ravens. Well, how I look at things and how I really pay attention to things on what it is, it's kind of crazy. So it's the Giants and the Dodgers tonight. I'm picking the Dodgers. Red Sox versus Rays. I'm pretty sure the Rays are going to beat the shit out of them. The Red Sox. The White Sox versus the Astros right now. And it's probably the Astros winning. Who gives a shit? Braves versus Brewers. Here's another. I would love to see the Brewers beat on the Braves. I'm sorry. I just do. Apparently, some people are speculating on NBA rumors right now of Kyrie, Dame, and Beal, Simmons, and Fox in one trade. So this is kind of weird. I could not see this actually working out. The trade would send Damian Lillard and Bradley Beal to the 76ers. Here's one scenario. The Nets get Kentavious Caldwell Pope and De'Aaron Fox. Right? Portland gets Ben Simmons, Harrison Barnes, Seth Curry, first round pick, and swapping of first round picks in the 2023 draft. Wizards get Buddy Hield, Maxey, CJ McCollum, and Kyrie Irving would go to the Kings with Tobias Harris, Nazi. Oh my God, no, that's just not. That doesn't sound good. And then they keep doing these scenarios. 76ers would receive Damian Lillard and Bradley Beal, but they would lose Damian Lillard and Bradley Beal. Yeah, that's what they would receive. This is I'm reading this off Blanchard Report, and that's one. I could not see. I can't see this happening. This Ben Simmons drama is just getting to the point of just absurdity. It's crazy. It's nuts. It's, again, another guy sitting out because he wants to be gone out of a team. Okay, fine, take your ball and go home. Yeah, that's cold coffee, not good. Yeah. Like I said in my previous podcast, you have agents. Let them deal with this. You show up to camp. Don't matter if you don't like the team, don't like the guys, don't care. You got some personal issues, that's your problem. I don't know how it is everybody else's problem, but that's your problem. So maybe, grow a set of balls and do something. Overpaid people. Some people are so overpaid in athlete sports, it's unbelievable, and it's just ridiculous. It's stupid. Now I'm going to flip over to the pro wrestling before I go into the hockey. Hockey. Pro wrestling, yes. We got Rampage tonight. Sky Blue versus Jade Cargill. CM Punk versus Daniel Garcia. And I think there's another match on Rampage, but I'm not 100% sure. There's usually like one or two more. The two I'm looking forward to is my favorite, Sky Blue. She is fantastic, amazing. She's a gorgeous female wrestler. Very talented, very good on the mic. Superstar in the making right there of the female division, of a woman's division, you know. And that's cool. I love that. CM Punk, he's going for his like third match. He's going to he's going to punk out this guy's ass and he's going to beat his ass. Tonight we got the first rounds of the King of the Ring and Queen of the... I'm just going to call it Queen of the Ring because I don't even know what they're really calling it. So, matches tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. And then I think next week or the week after is the Crown Jewel pay-per-view. But again, that's... I don't know. I don't pay attention to Crown Jewel. Like, as I say, it's not in North America stuff, so I really could care less about it. It's not really what I would consider something I'm very uber excited for. It's not really a great venue to be in when you have all this crap going on in the world and you got so much other crap. So whatever, that's Vince. It's money. It's about money. So it's not really about politics. It's about money. Money talks, bullshit walks, as I allude to. There's still more, Impact Wrestling is still pushing towards Wyndham Rotunda, aka Bray Wyatt, and Adam Shear, aka Braun Strowman. They're trying to get these guys signed for Bound for Glory. I believe that's next weekend, Bound for Glory, Impact Wrestling. So, really, it's, I think with Adam Page winning on Dynamite on Wednesday, the world title, returning, winning the Casino Battle Royale ladder match chip. And, I've heard a lot of speculation on that. AEW is doing so well. They don't really need to sign any more people. People are not necessarily, you could spend the money, but now they've spent so much money, I think it's time to develop and to build off these new people. You got like Adam Page. I'm a lot of them thinking he's gonna go to Full Gear and do it. I believe they're gonna probably save it for like a right near WrestleMania. That's usually Revolution for them. So I'm hoping and I'm praying that you tease it. Let Adam Page, Hangman Adam Page, just tease the Elite with the chip, just like pretend he's gonna cash it in, just not cash it in. Kind of like the Money in the Bank briefcase when you're with WWE. You got it. Like Big E kept teasing, and then he finally nailed it. All right, like. I think that would be special for these guys, is to do a Big E kind of thing for Adam Page, since he was off being a father and, all this other stuff, taking some personal time. That's good for him. I'm happy for that guy. I'm so happy. I'm absolutely happy. When it does come down, these are individuals. These are humans. They're not immortals. They're mortals. They're just humans like the rest of us. They do make more money than all of us, but they have their own things too. So that's I've also heard Will Ospreay is willing to knock on that forbidden door and have matches with CM Punk and Bryan Danielson and Sammy Guevara and Kenny Omega and all of them. I think him and Kenny had a match in New Japan. I'm just not really up to on that scale of things. But, again, it's what it is. It's New Japan. Their crap goes on. Their wrestling shows go on while I'm still asleep. Okay, I'm trying to actually go to sleep. My brain will let me. But that's what it is on that front. There's so much other stuff going on in the wrestling business, and it's kind of like, woo, crazy. I tend to try to keep where I am. Okay, I try to keep up to date with it. But when you're working 7 days a week, and your brain won't let you stop, and you got your own mental health issues you're dealing with, it's kind of hard. Like, I'm only human, so to break down, I'm trying to do better with it. I know I have my hiccups here and there during the days, but again, I'm actually learning how to control a lot of my stuff. I'm doing fairly well. I'll admit that I'm doing very well. I'm gonna try to keep more to myself. I know it's good to talk to people, but also on the other hand, it's a good thing for me just to try to stay stable inside myself as that goes on. Now, let's talk about hockey. Okay. We all know in Canuckland, there's no Mott, there's no Sutter right now. Hamonick's on some personal leave, dealing with some personal things. Okay. Starting roster, I see Nick Petan making the roster this year. That guy has done very well playing. Like last night, Hughes, him, and Petey all worked very well. So you got 2 Peteys on that line. That was really good. Hughes didn't look like he missed a step at all. Neither did Petey. Petey was letting them go with his shots. That was awesome. Will Lockwood, another underdog, dark horse to make a roster move here. It's really crazy. Luke Schenn does very well. Last night we did not have Tyler Myers or Oliver Ekman-Larsson as Besser is out until the first game of the season. So they're just going to rest him. And Bo Horvat wasn't in the lineup. So there was 3 missing pieces plus Besser, but we all know what was wrong with Besser. The rest of the lineups are starting to fill out. When I start to look, my top 3 teams in the Pacific will be, of course, Vegas, Edmonton, Vancouver. That's it. San Jose, not a chance. LA could sneak, but don't really count on it. Anaheim's just going to have to really work its ass off just to make maybe a move to a top fourth spot. Seattle would be. I thinking they're gonna take a slower process, a little more of a different route than the Vegas route. So those guys there. That being said, with Vegas being in the Pacific too, Vegas is going to be again another dominant force like usual. They have a hard team to beat. They got such a solid defense. They have such a solid defense. Edmonton, I've had a lot of my friends talk to me today, and my dad even talked to me today about it. Why can't Canucks sign players? Okay, here's the problem. Here's the problem with this. Did Vancouver ever have a first overall pick like Edmonton? No. The thing is, what's haunting Edmonton and making it past any rounds is goaltending. Their defense is certainly cleared up. You got Duncan Keith there. You got Cody Ceci. You got Tyson Barrie. You got Darnell Nurse. You got Evan Bouchard. Evan Bouchard's finally starting to turn the page. I just feel bad for Ethan Barrie. He's not there anymore. But their forward lines are starting to, they got picked up Zach Hyman. They got Warren Foegele. They got, course Draisaitl, Hopkins, and Mr. McDavid. They got a lot of potential there. And you see Jesse Puljujärvi. Now, all that in front of a goalie makes, literally covers their weakness. Their weakness is goaltending. Mike Smith and Koskinen, they're good goalies. Smith is up in his 40s. I'm sorry, you're not a Brochure. You're not a Brodeur. You're not a freaking Patrick Waugh. You're not a Dominic Hasek. You're not Marty Turco. You're not Luongo. You're not those top-notch goaltenders. I'm sorry, Mr. Mike Smith, but you're not. Mikko Koskinen, he is forever going to be a very expensive backup goalie. That's one hell of an expensive backup goalie. I'm sorry. That here in Canuckland, we always make fun of the Eriksson deals and that. No. Calgary would be a very hard team to project because there's a lot of uncertainty. Okay, a lot of uncertainty. Yeah, you have Markstrom. Yes, you have Tanev, but you lost Giordano. Giordano made a lot of your defense, and you lost him in the expansion draft. You know that a pillar. You move a pillar off your back end. That's going to make a massive difference. And what everybody saw with Calgary beating Vancouver in the preseason, that's whatever. I say preseason victories are moral victories. They're not. They don't count for anything come regular season. Regular season's a whole different ball game, and it's just like the playoffs. Like playoff hockey, you're great in the regular season. You're at the top. Come playoffs, if you hit the bottom, you bottom out. That's it. There's no picking you back up. The series are very hard. It's a hard game. It's a fast game. It's a speedy game. It's a quick game. It's intense game. It's every kind of game you can think of. But that being said, my prediction, your top line is going to be Petey, Miller, Besser. Second line, it's going to be Pearson, Horvat, Connor Garland. Third line, you're going to have Corey Dickinson, Vasily Podkolzin. I don't know who could be on the other side because that's the real trick. I can't think of somebody. But your fourth line will be, Will Lockwood, Nick Patan, and another, probably a familiar face that's probably going to get some time here now. I see Justin Bailey. I don't know who is a center on that side of things, but, whatever. It's going to be good. It's going to be awesome. Like, this roster is killer. So, what I think is going to probably happen with the defensive lineups, it's going to be Hughes and Pullman, Ekman, Larson, and Myers, Rathbone, and Brad Hunt, and your seventh defenseman is Mr. Luke Schenn. Because you're going to swap out Luke Schenn, and the third pairing, you're going to swap out Schenn, Rathbone, and Hunt some games. Depending on who you're playing, you're going to always want somebody veteran there. Will Lockwood, Nick Patan are going to be key guys for this roster. It's looking that way right now. With Mott and Sutter sitting out right now, it looks very, very, you're going to have to, your back six are going to be really consisting of a lot of guys from the baby Canucks. So that's where it's going to work. When I'm focusing, I'm moving on to over other Canadian teams, Montreal, Carey Price came out yesterday. He's entered an assistant program with the NHL and the NHLPA for some mental health issues after surgery and stuff. That's, again, dealing with the mental health. And that's great. You can't have a guy who does not feel like he's himself. So that's good. That's positive. Positive thinking. Other than that, you got the Brady Tkachuk storyline going on in Ottawa. They'll probably figure something out there. They'll get it done. They will. Apparently, the Jack Eichel trade front looks kind of confusing. I'm not even going to report on that. That's just totally confusing. Winnipeg Jets, again, when I go to, say, the other side of the West, Winnipeg is in there. Colorado is going to be in there. Your top two. And then when I have to look at things, you got Dallas, Chicago, Arizona's a bummed out team. They're going to be bummed out. Nashville. It's really it's Minnesota. So Minnesota, Nashville, and Dallas are going to fight it out for that third spot. Because you're going to get St. Louis and Winnipeg taking top two. But in that Central Division, it's really hard to call. It's really, really hard to call. It's what it is for that third spot, because Chicago could possibly make a move with their roster being, as young it is, and with the two veteran leaderships in Kane and Tays, it's going to do something there. Yeah, Minnesota has the same kind of thing going on. It is going to work somehow, some weird way. And you go and look at Nashville. Nashville, it's got its ups and downs on its roster. They will not have, though, their Pekka Rinne there, though. That's going to be a killer front on their end. Yeah, so that's Central. If I go and look in the East is like the epitome of hard, like NHL. I'm just going to look at the NHL standings, okay? This is how I have to go because I'm so... bleh. Okay, so your Atlantic Division, as it is... Okay, so Tampa's going to be in the first spot. Boston's going to be in the second spot. Toronto's going to be in the third. Montreal's probably going to be in the fourth. Detroit, or not, well, no. I say Panthers are going to be in the fourth spot. Montreal, Ottawa, and Red Wings are going to finish in the bottom. The Metropolitan Division, though, here's how I have to see this. It's going to be the Penguins. It's going to be the Capitals. Most likely the Islanders. And then Flyers, Rangers, Blue Jackets, Devils. That's how I see that front going on. And then in the West, as I say, like, okay. So, yeah. St. Louis Jets are the top. Colorado takes third. Dallas takes fourth. Chicago takes the fifth spot. Wild takes the sixth. Seventh spot goes to the Coyotes. And with the Pacific, as I look at, as I say, it's going to be Vegas, Edmonton, Vancouver. Followed behind with Calgary, Seattle, LA, Anaheim, and then San Jose. San Jose is going to really feel the wrath of how this hockey world's going to be, because they just don't have the quality right now. They don't have the quantity of players that they used to have. They don't have those guys anymore because they've all aged out, or they left, like Joe Pavelski left. They have Joe Thornton there still, Logan Couture, Brett Burns, Pierre Vlasic. I'm just going to say Vlasic. They got a lot at Timo Meier, Thomas Hertl, those guys, but those guys are starting to age. Those guys are starting to get older, and it's really beneficial when you start crapping the bed, just so you can pick up picks. And to me, the picks need to be there. So that's what that end is. The whole spectrum of this season, those are going to be my picks. Come December, I'm going to probably switch them up. And during the season, I'm going to switch up too. But to finish where I say they are, that's how it's going to be, really, because that's how it looks. Just based on the moves, the team development, the way the team is, and how it's built. If and when we get to the playoffs and Edmonton is in the playoffs, Edmonton is not going to make it out of the first round. If they do make it out of the first round, the second round is not going to be any easier, because you're going to face guys who have more talent, more aggressiveness, and a proper goalie system. Edmonton needs a goalie, and you can't really rely on Smith and Koskinen. And I know Kenny Holland is being, Dave Tippett's boy is Mike Smith, so it's like, catchers beware, catch 21 kind of shit. Catch 22, whatever you want to call it, it's fucked. So that's how I see it right now. As I move forward onto this, it's really in the sports world. People also, when they say, well, why can't Canucks afford players? Why can't this team afford players? You have to look. Sometimes money speaks louder than whatever. So if somebody's going to toss you $45 million over an 8-year deal, you're going to take the $45 million. If somebody's going to offer you, say, $23 million for 3 years, you're not going to take that one. You're going to take the fucking 8-year deal because you're getting paid $45 million plus signing bonuses. So with the Canucks, I've always come to expect that. Don't ever expect big names coming here. Like when Evander Kane became a free agent, oh, we could get Evander Kane. No. John Tavares, no. The one I would have mind was Matthew Barzal. He's from Coquitlam. That would be a good pick. That would have been a good signing right there. Perfect. Always try to get younger, not older. Tavares, since he's been in Toronto, yeah, he's had a few good seasons, but Toronto hasn't really done much in the playoffs. You know, look at the Islanders. After they lose him, they made the playoffs every year, and it's like they keep going. Like, they never missed them. So that's kind of how this works in this whole spectrum. Big names don't necessarily mean big returns when it comes to the playoffs. Playoffs, okay, regular season is regular season. Playoffs is what every team wants. Everybody wants playoff hockey because A, you get ticket sales, B, you get merchandise sales, and it's just how it is. The longer you go, the more revenue you get from TV revenue and ticket sales and merchandise sales, the longer you go into the playoffs. Most of the time, you see some of these teams get quickly swept out of the friggin' playoffs. That's because, fuck, you're 1 minute good, next minute you're dead. That's how I see it. But anyways, I will have a new podcast come up tomorrow. It will be a quick prediction, quick fantasy draft thing going on. And yeah, I will recap the 2 Friday shows of Impact or Rampage and Friday Night SmackDown and all that other good stuff. And enjoy today, and enjoy the weekend. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. And yeah, again, have a great weekend.